faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive. It would leap tall buildings in a single bound. Look, it's a bird. It's a plane. It's not Henry Cavill, apparently. Alright, so seeing a whole lot of people talking about Henry Cavill may not be Superman anymore. As you can tell, I'm a Superman Superfan. I should be upset. Or not. And I'll explain why. I'll be doing some reading. Okay. So, yesterday, I think it was, I received a whole bunch of messages and videos, people talking about Henry Cavill was not Superman. And there are so many reasons people speculate as to why that may or may not be true. Now here's what I think. No, I'll wait. Alright, so say, I think I heard somewhere DC said they want to focus on Supergirl, the movie. I wonder why, if that's true. Or I've heard maybe they want to push Tyler Hoechlin as Superman on TV. I heard small rumors, very small rumors about a possible TV show, which would be great. You know, because he's going to be a part of the crossover coming up soon. I'm waiting for that for a while. So that's great. It's like maybe they'll have a TV show, maybe. I'm hearing small rumors about that. But my reason, and why I'm not upset about it, is because maybe it's work. Not like I did a little bit of research, and apparently, like I read somewhere, it might be a negotiation tactic. No, I think it's a full-on work, like something straight from wrestling, WWE. Okay, that's how I would do it. If I had something big planned for Superman, but not for a while, and I needed Henry Cavill to just lay low for a while, and Superman to be off screen for a while to get it right. That's exactly what I would do. Only I wouldn't do it exactly how they did it. I saw Henry Cavill's weird video on, was that Instagram or whatever? Nah. What I would do is make it bigger. Maybe Henry Cavill was giving an interview or something, and somebody asked him about Superman, and he says, you know what? I'm not Superman anymore, because I keep hearing maybe they don't want to pay him. I would use that. I don't know if it's true. I'd be like, they don't want to pay me to be Superman. I'm not Superman. And it has to sound like Superman. And I like that, because it's not him. It's Henry Cavill talking. That's how I would do it. And I would keep that going for years, right? But you got upcoming movies that Superman, he's kind of a part of, like Shazam. I keep hearing maybe The Rock will be in his Black Adam. Okay, but Superman's a part of that story, a big part. So, you know, and the Flash movie is going to be called Flashpoint, right? And if you read Flashpoint or watched Flashpoint, either the movie or what they tried to do on well, no, not CW, they didn't get, no. But the movie and the comic, well, Superman's in it. He's not a big part, but he's in there. Yeah, I would do something with that too. Now, Shazam's on its way out, so that's already done. Maybe he found something for Shazam, I don't know. And then Flashpoint, that's where I would start playing around, because that's a ways away from now, right? What I would do. Now, if you read or watched Flashpoint, you know Superman, when they finally get to him, doesn't look like Superman. He looks bony and, you know, malnourished. He could barely speak English. Perfect opportunity to cast someone who could never play Superman seriously, right? Somebody who has that kind of body type. Somebody who will just throw you off. Okay? Because at this point, what can really hurt DC more than they were doing it themselves, right? I'm not going to fancy it. There's somebody who could do that, you know. And they don't even need to really have the look either, you know. James Ellsworth as Superman captured in that military base skinny and all that, malnourished. He doesn't look the way he does now, or the way we perceive him to look. So yeah, throw you out James Ellsworth, Superman, DJ Quad, Superman, somebody along those lines. I'll keep it going. I'll have Henry Cavill comment on it lightly. Alright. Like, okay. I guess, alright. I know I would do it, but okay. Just sprinkle comments like that, and then when the time finally comes for another Superman movie, which I imagine is a while from now, given this news, I wouldn't call it Man of Steel 2, because that's gone. Pretty sure that's not going to happen. I'd call it Superman. But here's the catch, though. Would not cast Henry Cavill in the lead. Okay? I would cast somebody familiar in the lead. Somebody who can still do it, who isn't, as people like to point out, too old. So I think Dean Cain could still do it. I would probably cast one of my least favorite Superman, Tom Welling, because he wasn't even Superman. But I would cast him, shock the world, right? Only I play it a bit differently. He'd be acting a hint off. You can chalk it up to him being dead for a while, or what have you. He's different, whatever. And he'd just be acting weird throughout the movie. Towards everybody. And Lois, I know in Man of Steel she was kind of played as, I don't want to say a badass, but, you know, like, she knew Clark was Superman. So just straight, you're Superman. It's like, but I would, even she would be thrown off. You know, she wouldn't necessarily believe it, but she would start to, till that climax, which would be the reign of the Superman. You know, this would be a way to reintroduce Steel. Doing this, and I'll do fancy cut. Like, reintroduce Steel, and it'd be Shaq. Because it's been 20 years. I was forgiven. Okay, it was like, but Shaq's old. Ben Affleck's close to 50, alright? So, yeah, reintroduce Steel and fight. You know, introduce the Eradicator. Okay, on the big screen. But he hitting the Eradicator, I would have him show up about midway through and then start being Superman. People are like, wait a minute, there's two Supermen? That's not possible. Start that up. And he show up at the end in the fight, and the fight's going on, like in the comics. And then the fight's going on, and Superman is pretty much dominating them both. Single-handedly. Let's say, his best friend Steel is on the ground, beat up, you know. He's about to go in for the kill. But Superman don't do, but you see it on his face, he's about to do it. All of a sudden, he has the shit punched out of him, okay, by somebody wearing black. The camera would just follow that fist up the arm. The theme song would play. You would see that Silver S is wearing the black suit, would pan up, him wearing the mullet like he's supposed to after he comes back from being dead, and that would be Henry Cavill, but that would be years away from now. Okay, that's how I would bring him back. And when he punches this Superman dude, something happens. Perhaps you notice throughout the movie he has tics or something. Not like Lex Luthor in Batman and Superman, but his own kind of tics. You know, something's off. And when he stands up, half his face has been punched off. Reveal he's Cyborg Superman. Now we're all happy. It's rough, but that's kind of how I would play it. If I had something big like that planned for later on, way later, and we need not to be talking about Superman for it to work, so we can surprise everyone, that's how I would do it. You know, this is why, one of the reasons I'm not totally upset about the other, well, I was never really the biggest fan of Henry Cavill as Superman. At least not until Justice League. That's when I finally saw what he could do. But 4 years in being Superman, you finally get it right. 4 years and 3 movies, was it? Finally get it right. You know, and at the end he's like, well, I fight for truth and justice. I was just waiting for him to say, in the American way, but you can't say that now, because this isn't that American anymore. That's not how things work. But that was him. That was the first time I saw Superman look at Henry Cavill. And it got me a hint interested in a Man of Steel 2, but not really hyped for one. It's come from a Superman Superfan, okay? Like some say it was more boring than Superman Returns. Yeah, it's boring, but when I saw Superman Returns, I was in a hospital bed on medical grade morphine and other pain medicine. I was so high when I closed my eyes, I saw boobs. I was that high. I watched Superman Returns, and it was so boring. Like, I was just like, what is this? Like, it was so boring. I didn't even, like, even me being high, I couldn't find anything good about it. That's how boring Superman Returns was. And also, I didn't like that they were trying to just make another Christopher Reeve movie without Christopher Reeve. Like, no. But yeah, that's what I think. Now, is that giving DC too much credit? Maybe. But maybe if they're planning something big for way, way later down, like way later down, they temporarily retire Superman on the big screen. That's what I think. That's why I'm not really upset about it. I know this has been a big year for Superman. And then later on this year, Superman the movie turns 40. So yeah. What I think? I told you what I think. Black hair. Yeah. Alright. Well, I went through all my notes. Okay. But yeah, that's what I think about all this, man. Oh yeah, and the whole Michael B. Jordan, like that. So he's Marvel. Can he do that? Like if that were the case, wouldn't Jamie Alexander have been Wonder Woman, like she wanted? And also, why? Yeah, Michael B. Jordan's a great actor, but doesn't quite like that. You know, and there are black Supermen, I know, but we're not. They're not anywhere near bringing those to the big screen right now. I don't think it would make any kind of sense. You know, so that's why I don't really buy the whole Michael B. Jordan thing. Anyway, yeah, that's my thoughts on it. I mean, I told you my thoughts on Tom Welling real quickly since I brought these over here. How big a fan of Superman I am. George Reeve. Okay. And this is also one of the movies he did. Superman and the Mole Men is also a part of this. And then from the 80s, yeah, it's season 1, so it's not like good. Didn't get good till season 2. And of course, the aforementioned Dean Cain. And these are all season 1, because that's what I brought over here. I have the other ones over there. But yeah, and I got the Christopher Reeve movies put up. Yeah. I have Man of Steel, Superman Returns, Batman, Superman, all that. Do not have Justice League. I keep meaning to buy it, but it slipped my mind. Alright, before I go, one last thought. If I were to do this, I would not bring back Zack Snyder, okay? Because I've not been a fan of the way he portrays superheroes on the big screen. It works for some, like Batman, but not for Superman or Wonder Woman. They're not dark or gritty. Sure, they have dark stories from time to time, but they're not like Batman. And I'm glad Wonder Woman got caught after that in Justice League. You know? And that was probably, shoot. When Buffy that took over. I cannot remember his name. One second. Joss Whedon, that's what it was. I gotta look it up. I remember it. Okay. That's probably Joss Whedon that did that. Like a lot of what he did with Justice League. Yeah. I know there are people who love what Zack Snyder did with DC, but I didn't. Not in the world of DC as they call it now with Watchmen. I'm just over dark and gritty, especially when it doesn't even belong. You know. Anyway, that's all.